live and direct from anywhere in the world. It's The Kelley Show with Dr. Kelley Mondesire.
Hello and welcome back to The Kelley Show, real people with real stories in real time. And I am Dr. Kelley Mondesire, the host of The Kelley Show, of course. So we are continuing our month of love and everything the heart. And of course, with love, dating, how to meet that special somebody. If anyone can tell me how I can meet a nice single straight guy, kind of like the Marlboro Man and Indiana Jones type, send them my way. But however, I digress. Today, I've got a really special guest on the show. This very special guest is going to tell us all about online dating for geeks. So, before I bring her into the studio, we've got a very special message from our sponsor. Gareth, take it away.
This portion of the show is brought to you by Many Purple Hats, MPH, Vroom! Get noticed online. Stand out from the crowd. Differentiate yourself from all that white noise. Vroom!
Welcome back. We're ready. We're ready to hear all about the state of dating online in the modern world. Okay, my guest is Ms. Dennie Smith, who is the founder and CEO of the Geek Meet Club based in the United Kingdom. Dennie, welcome to the show. Come on in. How are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm very well, thank you. Mm-hmm.
Good. Well, happy Love Month.
Yeah.
and since you're the queen of dating here, online dating, I'd love for you to tell our viewers where you're from and where you are right now, and what is the Geek Meet Club?
A bit of a mouthful, isn't it? I'm from South London. You can probably tell by my accent. So I've been born and bred in South London, and being what I would describe as a very enthusiastic geek myself, I came up with the idea of launching and creating all-in-one platform for geeky and nerdy people, and not just dating, so friendship, social. So I've got a tech team. We built the website. The website's been live for about a year, and in November just gone, the apps were launched in Google and Apple. So I was really chuffed about that, because that was a very hard process to get through. We are basically, I'll describe us as the UK's first all-in-one platform. So it's not just dating. So it doesn't matter about your relationship status. You know, if you're married but you want to meet some like-minded people to talk about Lego, you can still join us. So
wow,
yeah.
Did you say Lego?
Oh yeah, we've got a Lego group, we've got sci-fi group, Harry Potter, you name it. We've got a group for it.
Holy smokes. Wow. Well, we have a photo, and Dennie, explain to me what exactly constitutes a geek. There it is. That looks really nice. And who exactly is your demographic? Is it an 18-year-old, a 22-year-old? Is it someone in their 60s? Who's your audience? Who are your clients?
Well, we're open to anybody over the age of 18, so there's no age limit. You could join if you're 100 if you want, but to be honest, the biggest age group, the most popular age group at the moment, are between say 30 and 45, which actually I was quite surprised, because I did think it would be younger. Not saying that's old, but I did sort of think they would be younger. And the way I describe a geek is somebody that is really, really passionate about a subject. For me, it's military history. And if anybody talks about that, or I see a new documentary, my eyes light up, I get those butterflies in my stomach. I'm that passionate about it. So it's for people that are passionate about any subjects at all. And normally they have multiple subjects, which is nice. And yeah, it's just a safe space to connect with others and make new friends.
Wow. And I believe during our prior discussion while we were in the green room together, earlier today, you were describing the differences between your dating app and say Match.com or Bumble or I don't know, Silver Singles, different online apps. Could you explain what the difference between your service is and a traditional service where, quite honestly, I've seen a photo of a fellow, looks great, sounds great, and when I've met the gentleman in person, I say like, who are you?
Yeah.
It's wow, I can tell you stories. So tell me, what's the difference between your dating app and other apps that have been out there? Because the Financial Times had mentioned a few weeks back that these types of more traditional dating apps were really falling flat because they just weren't what people really want. So do tell.
So I think, in my opinion, it's mainly they're too big and they don't look after their members. That's the, it just would be endless swiping. They're all still trying to be very trendy, introducing new features and video calling and all that sort of thing. I'm just going back to basics. For a start, we're family run, so your data is not shared. Match owns a lot of dating sites. So when you join for a start, you don't necessarily see the small print. So you make a profile on Match or, for example, Silver Surfers, one of those, your data is immediately shared across all the other platforms. So if you've joined a site because you like fitness, you're not necessarily going to be on the same platform as fellow fitness fans. So we are very niche. I genuinely care. And I had a lovely email yesterday that I woke up to, but with two separate emails, one from the male and one from the female, just literally saying that they've fallen in love, basically. They've met on the site. They can't thank me enough. And I'm the most active, if you like, founder on any platform they've ever found, because I'm on there as a member. And I chat with the members every day. So there's a big difference. They know we have a zero tolerance policy for any bad behaviour. I'm a bit like Big Brother on there, on my profile. And I just go in and chat every day. And I just say, I went to Greenwich Museum on Sunday. What are you all up to? So I think the difference is we generally care about the user's experience and created a safe place. The other difference between us and the other platforms is not even necessarily us, it's the members. Our members would not feel comfortable on the mainstream platforms saying that they absolutely besotted with Harry Potter or they build Lego figures all weekend. But with us, they feel comfortable showing us their pictures of their things they've made or where they're going. They just feel comfortable and they know that they're not going to be judged or laughed at because everybody's geeky in the club. So it's just a nice space.
I think that's great because then they can really be authentic and be themselves. Yeah. And when you meet someone, you really want to meet the real John, Joe, Mary, Sue, whoever it might be. You don't want this facade of someone that is pretending to be X, Y, and Z. So that's really great. And Dennie, can you tell us what's going on here? And there is an acronym, LOTR marathon.
Lord of the Rings.
Yes. I had to ask, what is that? For me being an athlete, I just didn't know what type of marathon that was. So do tell, what's going on in this site?
As I said, it's more than, we don't do swiping. So we've got online quizzes, we've got virtual events, we've just organising face-to-face events. We've got resident experts on their blogs, everything. And one of the groups is called Dating and Relationship Advice. And I will post something probably 5 times a week, a bit of advice, could be yourself, anything, anything to say spot scammers. And what's really nice, there's hundreds in this group, and that you can see by this picture that they felt comfortable enough to write in the group, not privately. I mean, it's a private group, but so others can see. So basically they can discuss what they like, what they don't like about dating, what their problems are. And I just think it's really cute because, again, to my knowledge, you're very lonely normally on dating apps. You're just your profile and you're just sitting there swiping. We're trying to encourage people to make friends and, liaise with each other and say, oh, God, I had this terrible date last night. What, so we're just trying to make people feel comfortable and talk about their experiences, good or bad, and share them with others.
But they do have some sort of profile photo with their
when people join, it's a very short signing up process. Again, not like some of the others which are essays. We're not interested in your occupation or your height or anything else. It's basically the basics: your age, location, and what's your geeky passions. That's it. And if you're looking for dating, friendship or social, and you would just click the little icon, so on your profile you'd have a heart or friend zone or whatever, and that's very visible on your profile so people can see at a glance. As I said, I'm on there myself, and it clearly states that I'm just looking for friendship and social. And then if they want to search on a one-to-one basis, obviously we've got the search bar, and again you would type in gender, age, location and passions, because the whole point is bringing like-minded people together. So you could type in history, whatever, and search.
That's great. I wish you were in the United States. I think you would
one day.
Yeah, one day. But let me ask you this: when I was doing research for this month's theme, the month of love, sex, relationships, happiness. We have another guest coming on to talk about heart health. And I delved into traditional matchmaking services, and I signed up with two services, just the questionnaire of who you are, and you had to be of a certain socioeconomic strata. And I found it was very interesting with one service. Of course, then I suppose they're not allowed, but they didn't check the information I really put down there. But all of a sudden, I was accepted. There was a 15-minute gratis interview where I was told, okay, for $10,000, you get 3 matches, blind dates, that they set up, no guarantees. For $30,000, I would get 6 blind dates. And my question was, why would I want to pay $10,000 or $30,000 for a blind date? Because for me, and it's just me, if I don't have a physical attraction to a person, I don't want to date them. Maybe I want to be friends with them, but I'm certainly not going to pay all that type of money to go on a blind date, So what is your take on traditional matchmaking services? And, the neighborhood I came from in New York City, when I was a little girl growing up, they did have traditional matchmakers where they would say, okay, I have someone, the son is going to be a doctor or a lawyer or whatever. And they would literally match the two young people up. But what's your take on these traditional services that charge money and they put all your information, your photo on an index card or in an iPad, whatever it is, and they go and try to find a match for you?
Yeah. Well, I know a lot of matchmakers. What is a little pet hate for me is that on social media, matchmakers love to moan about dating apps. And you don't ever see that the other way around, ever. You never see a dating app founder moan about a matchmaker. And my opinion is, knowing lots of singles over the years and knowing matchmakers and a lot of dating app founders, I've got a lot in the industry now that I've met, they attract completely different single people. And the people that go to a matchmaker would probably not go on an app, and vice versa. For example, my daughter is single, and when I've said to her, look, I've got matchmaker friends, she said, no, I find that cringe. She said, I don't want someone to send me on a blind date. I don't want to tell them everything and do that. So she sticks to the apps. And as you said, they charge a lot of money. And they basically, that is what they do. You know, they try and match you up. They send you on however much you've paid for 3 or 6 dates, and there's still no guarantee. I think dating apps work. You just literally have to know how to use them properly. It's like anything, you know, if you're going out for dinner and you want a little black dress, you've just got to know where to find that black dress and search for it. So I think a lot of people don't use dating apps properly. They just endless swiping, endless messaging. You've got to be in the right headspace for a start to go on any type of dating, because there is a lot of rejection involved. So you've got to be in a good headspace yourself and just chill, you know, and just look at it every other day and just don't take it too seriously. And, you know, if you start chatting to someone, meet up quickly. And then you'll know straight away whether you've got that chemistry or not. And then you're not wasting time, endless texting and swiping and everything. But I've got 4 children. 2 of them are in really good relationships, both met on dating apps. So they work, and they're not going anywhere. They work.
Wow. I tried, I don't want to mention which ones out of courtesy, but I did try 2 different apps, and Gareth will probably laugh at this. You know, I put down, I fish, I ride a Harley, I speak languages, I've been this, and I'll receive a response from a gentleman and, oh, this is great, blah, 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 blah. And I'll meet them. They don't look anything like their photo. I have the downside. I have this saying I've used with my friends. I said, I went on four different dates using an app some years back. And I said, geez, it was like, they dug them out and stood the coffin up and dusted them off with a feather duster and wound them up in the back and pushed play for 5 minutes. And then, like dead. And the minute they found out, I learned not to tell anyone I was a physician or I rode a Harley or whatever, because then it was, okay, well, here are my knees, my shoulder hurts. What should I do? I have diabetes. What's your advice? Or, oh, so you can take me to Europe and you can show me around. I don't think so. So, now that I'm a bit older and, I would love to be in a relationship with someone similar, who has similar interests. When you arrive at a certain age, 50, 55 and older, what advice do you have for my age demographic if we want to go on to a dating app? What should we be looking for? What are the criteria that maybe we should put down? Because many of us have had careers, we've had successes, and we're looking for a companion, or someone to share the rest of our lives with, basically. Yeah.
The good thing when you go on a dating app when you're older, if I'm married, but if I was to, I think we are very confident. And as you said, we've had our life experiences, we've had children, so we know exactly what we want and we're not looking for time wasters and everything. So I think, as you said, be very clear and honest in your photo for a start. And I've always said that. I say that to my daughter when she's on the app. I would actually write on my app, no time wasters, because I haven't got time for my time to be wasted. And it's funny, actually, you saying about the guys not being who you thought they were going to be. And I speak, especially on the site with a lot of geek guys, a lot of guys, have got really low self-esteem, which is sad, which is why they lie about their height and put old pictures on. And I just hear that constantly. So I just think, and it's all about volume, it's all about volume. You've just got to keep at it. That saying, you've got to kiss a lot of frogs. if you went on an app tonight and you met your future partner that night, you'd be extremely lucky. You know, it is about volume. There's a lot, but I think being very clear in your profile and knowing what you want and meeting up, you know, quickly, even if you did a video call, and you'd soon see whether they look like their photo, and just meeting up for a coffee, no big evening dinner, just a coffee in the park, just to get that initial meet out of the way. But yeah, it's nice, I think, dating when you're older, because you've got that confidence. You've just got that confidence that maybe the younger girls haven't got, actually. They're, dare I say it, a bit needy, you know, whereas I think older women, they're not. You know, they know what they want.
I would hope so. By the time we get to this age, I would hope my peers would know what they want. But let me ask you this. How do you see the role, or is there a role of AI in the future of online dating?
Well, I think it's coming anyway, isn't it? So if you can't beat it. And what's happening with a lot of dating apps, they're using technology for all these trendy features. You know, even little things, I don't even know if that's AI that some of them do, because I am on actually dating apps for research, and I see, and they've got these message prompts. So I get messages from guys, but they're all exact the same message, and it's cringy. So I don't think that's helping them at all, with the AI helping them with, you know, the message prompts and how to send a message and how to reply to a message. Everything can be scammed, even video calls. You know, they can use AI for video calls. So I just think as I just said, you know, try and meet people in real life as soon as, and go to events, because a lot of dating apps now are doing events. I had a meeting this week. We're going to put on a retro gaming event in London in April. So we're trying to get people to get out there as well. But yeah, I don't know how else they're going to be using AI. I mean, what can you do? Because you don't want you know, it being helped with people's images. You don't want them edited and fake images. You still want to keep it real. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, but I think there'd be a dating site for robots. I think you'll be able to meet a robot. Elon Musk has his way. He might set up a dating site for robots.
Wow, man, that's crazy. But yeah, you never know. I mean, it might come sooner than we think.
Yeah.
But we are going to take a break for a word from our sponsor. But don't touch that dial, folks, because we'll be right back with more from Dennie Smith and the Geek Meet Club. Stay tuned. Be right back.
This portion of the show is brought to you by Many Purple Hats. MPH. Vroom! Get noticed online. Stand out from the crowd. Differentiate yourself from all that white noise. Vroom!
We're back with Dennie Smith, who is the founder and CEO of the Geek Meet Club. And Dennie, I don't know if I could say that fast 10 times. It's a tongue twister.
I've never tried it. Yeah.
But the world of dating is a bit of a twister sometimes. But Dennie, we have a tradition here on The Kelley Show, and we ask all our guests, if you could name one person, place, thing, or experience that you are grateful or thankful for, who or what would it be? Do tell.
Well, considering I am a avid military geek, especially both world wars, it would have to be Winston Churchill. I'm very grateful to him. So yeah, I'd pick him.
Wow. And are you former military?
No, I'm not actually. And I wish I'd have married a military man.
Okay, we love a man in uniform, don't we now?
Yeah. There is a dating site for that.
You're on the shoulders.
Yeah. I just love it. Even from a young girl, I don't know, listening to my nan and granddad, because obviously they were quite young during the war, and their stories. And I've got my granddad's, you can't see behind me, but I've got my granddad's RAF cap and his dog tags. And yeah, I'm obsessed with the war. So yeah, I'd love to meet Winston Churchill. Yeah, amazing man.
I'm sure. Well, if you could go back in time, maybe you could interview him while he was taking his daily bath
Yeah.
I understand he did his best work in the bathroom. And you know something? So did Benjamin Franklin. Did some of his best work in a daily bath.
Well, we're lucky because where we live, we are not that far from Winston Churchill's house where he lived. So I visited it a few times. Yeah. So it's just down the road in Westerham. But yeah.
Pretty neat.
Yeah.
Well, Dennie, thank you so very much for being on the show and educating our viewers about what it is to go onto an online dating app, what you should put down there, no matter what site it is. I know you're just in the UK right now, but I'm sure you're going to be expanding soon.
Hopefully,
And thank you for giving us a little bit of insight of the wonderful world of online dating. So, folks, if you would like to reach out to Dennie, we have her beautiful headshot here, her contact information. And if you are a geek and you would like to meet
in the club,
feel free to join the Geek Meet Club. We have, again, the contact information up for you. And Dennie, thank you once again for being part of the Kelley Show. Gareth and I want to wish you all the best luck in the world with the site, and we hope you have millions of members.
Thank you. And I will keep my eyes out for you for an Indiana Jones.
You betcha buttons. You betcha buttons. Yes. Doesn't have to ride a Harley, but however, I'll take a boat.
Just the look.
Yeah, just little tweaks here and there.
Yeah.
Thank you again. And if you have a great story to tell, we would love to have you as a guest on the Kelley Show. So write into us. We have the contact information here with your name, your contact information, a little bit about your story and why you would like to share your story on the Kelley Show. So stay tuned, because next week we continue the month of love, February, and also the month of the heart. Because remember, Valentine's Day is love, it's the heart, but we have to remember the heart is what makes everything go round. So stay tuned. We'll see you next week. Subscribe to the Kelley Show, and we'll see you soon. Gareth, peace and love, over and out. Take it away.
If you would like to be a guest on The Kelley Show, send us an email with your contact information, where in the world you are, and a brief description of the story you'd like to share today.